Welcome back, everyone. Today we're breaking down the entire MCU multiverse. Here's the full MCU multiverse explained in under 10 minutes. Everything you need to know, from Iron Man all the way to Avengers Doomsday. Every timeline, every branch, every insane twist. Trust me, this is gonna blow your mind. So let's start with the big one, the Sacred Timeline, officially known as Universe 616. That's the main MCU timeline we've been following since Iron Man kicked things off. Every major event, the Avengers assembling, Thanos' snap, Endgame, it all happened right here. But here's where it gets crazy. Every time a choice or action creates a Nexus event, the timeline branches. That's how we get alternate realities, like Peggy Carter becoming Captain Carter or the Marvel Zombies universe from What If. And quick reminder, if you're new here, hit that subscribe and bell so you don't miss the hidden details and multiverse breakdowns we've got coming up. Now, the TVA, the Time Variance Authority, was secretly built by He Who Remains to keep the sacred timeline under control. Anytime a branch appeared, the TVA pruned it before it spiraled out of control. Why? Because He Who Remains had already lived through the first multiversal war, a war between his own variants, all fighting for control. To stop it, he weaponized Alioth, a creature that literally consumes time and reality. Using Alioth, he erased all the other timelines, leaving only one, the sacred timeline. But here's the key. He saw the multiverse not just as branches on one line, but as an infinite web layered on itself. That's how massive the MCU multiverse really is. And then Sylvie killed him, and everything unraveled. The TVA collapsed, chaos spread, and infinite new realities began branching unchecked, which directly sets the stage for What If and Loki Season 2. Quick recap so far. We went from one sacred timeline to infinite chaos to Loki realizing the multiverse is far bigger than anyone thought. But that's just the beginning. In What If, we meet Uatu the Watcher, who's supposed to observe, never interfere. Except, yeah, he interferes. These alternate stories, Peggy as Captain Carter, T'Challa as Star-Lord, Strange Supreme, eventually connect. Uatu even assembles them into the Guardians of the Multiverse to fight Infinity Ultron, a variant of Ultron who collects all the Infinity Stones. But it gets darker. Captain Carter sacrifices herself, and Uatu vows to protect the multiverse no matter the cost, even if it means breaking the rules of the Watchers. And rumor alert, he might even show up live action in the Fantastic Four movie. Now let's jump to Spider-Man. No Way Home. Peter and Doctor Strange try the memory wipe spell, but instead of making everyone forget Peter Parker, the spell cracks open the multiverse. That's how villains like Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Electro, Sandman, and Lizard get pulled in. And not just villains, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man arrive too. Fans had been waiting decades for that team-up, and it delivered. But here's the heartbreaking twist. Strange's final spell works, but it wipes Peter Parker completely from everyone's memory, not Spider-Man. Peter Parker, he loses MJ, Ned, May, the Avengers, everything. Alone, he sews a new suit and starts from scratch. Oh, and don't forget, Sony's Venom cameo. He leaves a little symbiote behind in Mexico, which is still out there waiting to bond with someone. Who do you think it'll choose? From there, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Wanda goes full Scarlet Witch, chasing America Chavez, the one person who can naturally travel the multiverse. Strange and America tumble into Universe 838, home of the Illuminati, which includes Professor X, Captain Carter, Mr. Fantastic, and Black Bolt. But Wanda? She absolutely wrecks them. Dreamwalking into her 838 self, she murders the entire Illuminati in one of the MCU's most brutal scenes ever. Eventually, Strange dreamwalks into his own corpse in 616 to stop her. One of the wildest visuals in Marvel history. America finally helps Wanda see her kids' fear of her, and Wanda destroys the Darkhold in every universe. But Strange isn't off the hook. His dreamwalking causes an incursion, where two universes collide. That's when Clea shows up, literally cutting into reality, and tells him it's time to fix what he broke. See what's happening here? Every movie isn't just telling a standalone story. It's layering into this massive multiverse saga, and it only escalates from here. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania brings us Kang the Conqueror, a ruthless variant of He Who Remains. He's been banished into the quantum realm where he rules like a tyrant. Janet Van Dyne once helped him, but after seeing his true nature, she trapped him there. When the Ant family gets pulled back into the quantum realm, they discover Kang's plan to destroy entire timelines in the name of order. Scott and Hope defeat him, or so they think. But then the post-credit scene reveals the Council of Kangs, Immortus, Ramatut, Scarlet Centurion, and thousands more variants ready for war. Then Loki Season 2 delivers one of the MCU's biggest transformations ever. Loki time slips uncontrollably, meets Victor Timely, and realizes the temporal loom can't handle infinite timelines. So he sacrifices himself, walking into the storm and literally becoming the god of stories, sitting at the end of time, holding the multiverse together like roots of Yggdrasil. Think about it, Loki, the trickster villain we met in Thor 1, now holds the fate of the entire multiverse in his hands. Absolutely wild. The TVA resets itself, no longer pruning but protecting timelines. Meanwhile, Ravana's fate is left hanging, and Kang's variants still out there. From there, the Marvels. Dar-Ben rips open a hole in space-time, Monica Rambeau seals it shut from the other side, and wakes up stranded in a universe where the X-Men exist, complete with Binary, her mom's variant. Yup, the Fox X-Men universe is now officially colliding with the MCU. Then Deadpool and Wolverine. We learn Wolverine is the anchor being of Earth 1005, the Fox universe. Since he died in Logan, that universe is unraveling. Deadpool teams up with Wolverine, gets tangled with the TVA, faces Cassandra Nova in the Void, yep, Alioth is still there, and eventually, Deadpool and Wolverine become the new anchors of that entire universe. And finally, Captain America, Brave New World. The leader asks Sam Wilson, "How will you protect this world from the others?" That one question sets up the entire path to Avengers, Doomsday. So here's the big picture recap. The sacred timeline is fractured. Infinite Kang variants are rising. Loki holds the multiverse together as the god of stories. Monica's with the X-Men. Deadpool and Wolverine are anchors of their universe. And the leader just teased the biggest Avengers threat we've ever seen. And that brings us to the doorstep of Avengers Doomsday. Don't forget to subscribe with the bell so you don't miss my Doomsday breakdown. And drop your craziest theory in the comments. Do you think the Avengers will fight Kang, Doom, or something even bigger? Can't wait to read your thoughts.